Get it, Bob. It was good, Gangy. Oh, man. Yo, this how you feeling? This how you feeling?
Bro, do you see what's going on in the playoffs right now?
Oh, my God.
Oh, nah. First of all, I seen somebody make like 30 bands off Cattell Marte.
30
so somebody's... El barrio está...
Oh, you not... Yo. Bro, I'm not gonna... Like, we gonna get into it. I'm not gonna lie. This shit crazy.
Welcome to the Big Shot Show. It's
Let's
your boy
do it.
Danny Phantom.
Yo, Big Shot B, you already know what it is.
We here.
Everything sanctioned.
Everything, yeah.
Oh, man.
It's crazy. I gotta turn it down. That's how true it is. But we just gonna pause it. We just gonna, you know what I'm saying? Where the sound effects?
Yo, hold on, you don't hear it.
That's not what I was looking for.
That's not what you were looking for?
Nah, there was some whole other shit. But, yo, talk about it, bro. MLB playoffs are underway in spectacular fashion. Teams making quick work.
Yo, bro, like I said
Quick
before
work.
we shot, I can't believe that we were gonna be able to like wrap up all the wild card series before the next shoot. Like I couldn't believe it, bro. But that shit is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Listen,
Where you want to start? Cause we go northeast. It's crazy. You go down south. The Rays are bye.
Bro, listen, I was wrong on all fronts. Like I went 1-3 in these predictions. I had Toronto.
Damn.
I had Toronto winning in the series. I had Tampa winning in the series, and then I also had Marlins beating the Phillies.
Well, I ain't gonna lie. I would have wanted the Marlins and the Blue Jays to catch those dubs.
But what I will say is I got the Diamondbacks one right. Yeah. So that makes up for the
right.
That was
like
like
Milwaukee was stacked at home.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
at home is crazy.
I had a couple people tell me like Diamondbacks, you sure? Yeah, like they a scrappy team. Like I like the scrappy teams on the road, and it has Zach Gallen going game 2. Like you win game 1, you got your ace going game 2. You feel great about your chances.
What's crazy is that for like about 4 or 5 innings, Corbin Burns looked untouchable. And that's what I love about the MLB playoffs, man. It just takes one.
Yeah. That's all it really is. Like, and the thing is, like, game 2 yesterday, Peralta looked amazing through 4 innings, bro. That boy was nails, bro. He was making it look easy. Fastball, slider. He's dotting
Command on
shit.
1,000.
And then boom.
He gets a lead. He gets a lead.
Yeah, he got the lead early because they scored early off
a
Zach Gallen.
3-0 lead at that.
Feel me? Like
comfortable.
They sat nice. I think they got 2 runs in the first inning, and that's what they were working with. Like they were good. It's going good. It's going great. You feel confident. Peralta is nails right now, and then boom, I think that 5th inning came and just ain't having no more.
And you had opportunities. They had Yelly on base and scoring position a few times.
They had plenty.
Carlos Santana had a few key at bats in that game. It was tough to see.
They had opportunities in game 1 and game 2.
Willie Adames.
Feel me? Like they just
doing his thing
for.
It
was just
enough.
GGs. Like that's really what it was. Honestly, I like the team that I'm OD disappointed in is Tampa.
Really?
No, matter of fact, not Tampa. Tampa's 2, but. The most disappointed team, like Toronto, it was Toronto. Like
it was. That was a very underwhelming performance.
Like, bro, y'all didn't even show up. Like, y'all didn't show up
on either side of the coin.
I didn't hear no noise.
Your pitching was mediocre, and your hitting just did not show up.
Like, I didn't hear no noise coming like on social media, nothing. Like these guys weren't even. They didn't.
You know what I monitored, and it might be like the petty New Yorker in me, but I was looking at the at bats of those who have come from the scandalous Astros 2018-2019 team, and how they've been, favoring amongst the last few seasons.
That's a fact.
George Springer is somebody who I saw, and I thought, am I saying that correctly, George Springer? Yeah. I said, yo, let's see how you do when you don't got them signals, gang. When you don't got them signals from the bullpen or from the outfield, and it just wasn't the same.
He definitely hasn't looked like how Altuve looks like. You feel me? Like Altuve, before, after, still a really good fucking player. I mean,
and then
George Springer coming down a little bit.
On the other side of the coin, I was also watching how Correa was going to do, especially with that big contract he just got.
Yeah, and he
almost got hurt, but he lived up.
He lived up to the hype. This year was this year was a subpar year for him, but I mean,
they're playing meaningful baseball.
Because of his, I personally think it's because of him, like his presence. Like,
Oh, really?
You know, because because when you come, like, bro, when you are like established to like a winning culture, you bring that shit wherever you go, and you kind of don't want to go back there unless you don't unless you feel like you could still be that, like not necessarily to the degree that the Astros was, but like he's in the locker room, like when he speaks, people listen because he's been through shit, like he's won.
So the Mets could have used him this year.
Maybe not this version of him. Maybe not what happened this year. The leadership I'll always take, but they dodged a bullet with Carlos Correa at the end of the day. But anyway,
at the end of the day, for 10 years, I digress.
You know, like at the end of the day, like the Twins really showed up in that 2-game series.
Sonny Gray, big star.
Sonny Gray, big time. Like you nails right now. Like you coming in and you handling business. They had they was like a 19 postseason game losing streak they had. That's crazy.
I think Torrey Hunter was the last person to get it.
You hearing that? You hearing that name? You hear the name?
Immaculate Grip Ops.
Immaculate Grip Ops. Like it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But after Toronto disappointing me, like come on Tampa, get a fucking game. Get a game. Get one.
At home as well.
You at home, get one. And y'all played sloppy.
And like for some behind the scenes news, they just got approved for that stadium.
Yeah. Looks nice too.
And they've been applying for that stadium, bro, since me and you were in middle school.
They left it in St. Petersburg, though. Nobody's still going to go.
But that's fine, because I think now they made it like a 17,000, 18,000, 19,000 capacity space. They didn't need what they got right now, 30, 40 available. They didn't need all them seats. It's just going to look even crazy. It's going to look even crazy.
They should make the seating like 30 bands just in case. 30 bands just in case, bro. But at the end of they left it in St. Petersburg, so it's probably not gonna. It's still.
I mean, if they're gonna keep churning out postseason appearances like this, they might as well make it 10.
Yeah, bro.
Because it's not.
Nobody showed up to these games. I mean, then again, a lot of people were complaining. It was like, oh, it was an early game.
It was.
They
all these wild card games were early
games, but then at the same time,
during the work shift,
like the New Yorker in us is saying, bro, if the Mets or the Yankees have a playoff game at 3:00, we dubbing whatever we doing to go see that. Like, oh, we calling out of work.
I just think
kids not going to school.
Mathematically, I think New York has just enough people that like are on different time zones in the same place.
Yeah,
like you got motherfuckers who only work midnight to 8 a.m.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah,
they're going.
We never sleep, bro.
Word.
Yeah, we never sleep for real.
Literally. So it's like, yo, whenever the game's 10 a.m., we there.
So
U.S. Open, where? Queens.
Tampa they gonna have to. Literally, somebody put it on Twitter and it made perfect sense too. It was like, Tampa they just had the Mets season last year. And said that we won a postseason game. They didn't. But they literally had the same year we had last year. They were going crazy.
I always like saying I was at that game we won against San Diego.
Sanction moment.
Good time.
Sanction moment. That was good. That was good vibes.
Great day.
That was good vibes. I'm never gonna forgive myself. I fumbled that game. Still to this day.
Yeah.
I fumbled that game.
I did ask you to go, right?
Yeah.
Damn,
I
bro.
that game. I really did.
And look, we thought the Mets gonna have another postseason this year. You can't take it for granted, man.
Vibes, you know what I'm saying?
But the Twins are enjoying it. The Twins are having fun. They advancing.
I like the Rangers. Like I liked what I saw from the Rangers. I think I needed to see that from Texas, because like
they did their thing.
Because now I feel like they're a little bit more formidable. Like you got to really worry about them. Like they're gonna go in now and face Baltimore, and that's gonna be a really good series. Like I really feel confident about what both teams bring to the table. So
yeah,
that's valid. You know, you have Minnesota. Minnesota's going on to play Houston.
Yep,
that's gonna be tough.
I mean,
they're scrappy.
I think Philly showed us that they were way closer to Atlanta than we might have given them credit for.
I won't say way.
I mean, the way they handedly took care of the Marlins.
The way that they did the Marlins, you can tell that they on the type of time that they were like they were on last year.
What are you about to play?
Like they on the same type of time they were on last year. But
and what type of time would that be?
They took them out. They dead ass took them out.
Who
the Braves? The Phillies beat the Braves to get to the World Series. Right. So like, and it was crazy. They just like was wilding.
Yeah.
They look like they on the same type of time. But what I will say is, in Atlanta's defense, Atlanta's on another world right now. Like, everybody, all their best players are having great years. Like they're wilding right now.
So as far as NL, everyone's predicting Dodgers, Braves, NLCS.
I think the Dodgers are gonna beat Arizona. Like they probably gonna beat the bricks off them, maybe if they're like that. But outside of that, I don't know how to call Philadelphia and Atlanta because I really do feel like Atlanta could lose this series, but at the same time, I feel like Atlanta could like punch them in the mouth and that's it. Like I'm going to the championship series. If I
What
got
you mean? Like you think they could walk them down 4-0?
yo, the same way it's like the same way that I feel like Philly can beat Atlanta is the same way I feel about Atlanta like sweeping them 4-0.
Wow. So either it's really like,
It's a toss up for me because it's like I think I mean I'm a edge the Braves.
do you think the Diamondbacks streaking right now stand a chance against LA or not?
I think they could probably win the Zach Gallen game because they're gonna have Zach Gallen in that series.
Mm-hmm.
They could probably win that game, but I just don't know. Like the Dodgers are like crazy too. It's not Atlanta crazy, but the Dodgers are crazy too, bro. They had two guys like they got Betts, Freeman, JD Martinez got like 30 homers.
That whole team is just insanely.
That team is
like
crazy, bro. So I think the Diamondbacks are gonna fight, but I think that probably like 3-1 Dodgers. I would say
I see Atlanta Philly going 7.
I could see that too.
See it
Nola,
going 7.
Wheeler, and they have an offense that can win on any night.
Yeah, I mean
So-
on any day Bryce could wake up
Yeah,
and decide to
you
beat
never
3
know,
home
like-
runs. Trey Turner could decide to wake up.
JT Realmuto can come out of nowhere and hit him. You
No
never
cap.
know. Like they got a lot of dudes.
Stotts with the grand slam.
Yeah, so they got a lot of dudes who it could be their night. It could be their night.
Excuse me. Nah, no cap. No cap. There's no shortage of excitement in the AL though. With Texas and Baltimore.
Texas and Baltimore. I like Baltimore in 6. I like Baltimore in 6.
It's gonna be fun to see Baltimore winning the playoffs. We haven't seen that in a while.
And it's gonna be really fun because they're the babies of the group. They're the
Yeah.
babies.
Do you think Texas like ruins the party and comes in with experience and just nah, not this year?
You got no DeGrom. You got no Scherzer now. Like, I mean, everybody in Texas' staff has had a pretty good year, but at the same time, this is playoff baseball. How dynamic are you going to be? The only major injury, not say the only one, because this one is a crazy one. Not having Felix Bautista there. He was pitching to like a 1.9 ERA. This was the best closer in baseball this year by a wide margin. Well, no shade to Josh Hader, sorry.
Except I'm not being a hater.
Nah, yeah, I'm not. No slacking to him, but like Bautista Bautista this year was Edwin Diaz last year.
He just got hurt.
And he needed Tommy John surgery. So Baltimore is missing a key piece.
Jeez.
But they still got all their best dudes. Like Grayson Rodriguez he's probably gonna throw a gem against Texas. He's probably gonna fuck around and throw. But then again, I'm not gonna say that Texas can't win this series. Their offense is beast. Like Corey Seager, Adolis Garcia. They got Marcus Semien. They got dudes that can hit. Josh Jung. I think Josh Jung, maybe, I don't know if he's hurt right now.
Bro, he just turned up their last game.
They got plenty of people. And they just went into
like
Tampa.
4 extra base hits in 2 games.
They just went into Tampa and just slapped them up real quick. All right, I'm going to see y'all later. Dispose of you. So I like that.
You think that's what Houston's going to do to Minnesota? Dispose?
That's the one series I feel like could be really lopsided, maybe. Because Houston is nice. But then again, Houston was fighting a lot down the stretch. Having to really worry about.
This bye might help them, this bye round that they was afforded.
Yeah, they could probably take a little break maybe, or could fuck them up.
Or it could fuck them up.
You know what I'm saying? Some teams don't like having that long layoff of not playing baseball. We'll see. Maybe it's another series I'll probably see just going 4 games. I'll take Houston 3-1. I like that call in that series 3-1. Houston.
So what are we looking at? Houston, Baltimore?
Yeah.
That's going to be intense.
Yeah, Houston, Baltimore, and I think
that's a dynasty versus the upstart kind of matchup.
Yeah, you're going like it's the little homies going against the big homies. The little homies, 101 games won. We haven't done this in a long time.
Rock stars.
Yeah, we rock stars right now.
Young rock stars.
We rock stars right now. And now you're going to face the big homie.
Yeah.
I've been here, sanctioned the little shit that you just did. We've been doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is your infancy stage. When we was at your infancy stage, we was wilding.
Let's see what it is.
So that's gonna be a beautiful matchup too. I'm gonna fuck with that heavy. I'm not gonna lie. Watch all 7 games if it go all 7 games for real. Like,
damn, that could.
yeah,
It really could go 7.
Yeah, they could. That could really be a cook up. Not gonna lie, that's gonna be. I want to see that. I want to see that more than Braves Phillies, to be honest.
Really?
Because I need to see what Baltimore capable of for real.
Nah, yeah, it's definitely more exciting. Because I mean, that, like I said, that whole team is gonna be, I think, the most exciting team in the postseason.
I know Philly and Atlanta gonna hit. I know the vibes already. I'm expecting some softball looking games, maybe. But I want to see.
Really, I'm expecting some pitchers duels as well.
Man, I don't know. Playoff baseball just a different animal, bro. These pitchers be making mistakes, and Spencer Strider don't look the same in the postseason as he does in the regular season. So I don't know. I think
what Max is talking about. Mr. Freed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like Freed is nails. Love Freed. Freed is fucking tough.
You know what I'm saying we might see a duel.
Tough.
Just one.
Yeah, but you know, there's gonna be some slugfest games too.
Facts.
You know, there's gonna be some slugfest games, and you know, you never know. The aces might give up some. You never know. So, I already know what to expect from that series. I don't know what to expect with the Baltimore Orioles and the Houston Astros. It can be an ass whooping. It can go 7 games. You know, it could be sloppy. It could be well played.
The Rockstars could just run them out the field.
The Rockstars could just run them out the gym.
That'd be crazy. Camden Yards going ballistic.
So many, and they have home field.
I know.
So
that's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be legendary.
Camden Yards gonna be.
You
rocking.
think Minnesota was excited over what they've been doing?
Exactly. Look, you know what I'm saying. Like
Baltimore about to turn up.
Baltimore, you like this series has a lot of parity to it going into it. So I'm expecting
the MLB postseason is living up to the hype. Unfortunately, New York fans can only watch from afar.
Yeah.
But football season is in full swing, and although the Jets took a tough L last week, which you predicted that they was going to upset, you ain't gonna lie. Remember my 20 beans, bro.
Oh my!
Remember my 20 beans, bro.
Bro, I'll tell you, bro.
Damn. Remember my 20 beans, bro. I put 20 money line down on the Jets. I think the payout was like not much, but it was like upset odds for sure. And they couldn't get it done. However, I also put another parlay in which I bet the spread. And the spread came through, man. Shout out to my boy Pat Mahomes for me. Playing baseball on him at the end of the game.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Danny.
Slide to the left.
I was tight, bro. I was tight. I'm not a dude that blames refs, bro. I don't do that.
Damn, you about to damn.
I don't do that. I like honestly, you know, everybody says it and it's true. Like you suppose like good teams overcome bad calls and shit. But bro, how do you call that interception? How you gonna call back that interception?
This is not a defensive hold that can afford many of those pivotal plays not going in their favor.
Like, you threw the flag when they was ready running the ball back off the interception, bro. Like, come on, bro, you dead serious? You're not gonna call that? You're not gonna call that hold? You're not gonna call that hold, bro? On that 3rd and 22, bro, 3rd and 22, and Mahomes scrambled for 26. Are you serious? You're not gonna call that hold for me? Damn. Like, really? Like, come on, because Taylor Swift watching the game, she don't even know what's going on.
For me.
Bro, she don't even know what we doing, bro. Like, she don't even know what's going on the field. She's just watching. You really had to give the Chiefs that W, bro. We really need, Zach Wilson outplayed Patrick Mahomes, bro.
You really jacking that?
He did.
That's what word on the block is.
He played better than Patrick Mahomes, bro. Bro, I can't even watch this, bro, because it's like, bro, that kid had me. I'm in the Jet group chat, like, bro, what's going on? Like,
it was intense.
Like, Jets money line forever. You heard? Jets money line forever. I'm sorry. I thought I had it. I'm a failure.
It's cool.
I
ain't gonna lie. Like I said, if you had the spread, you got some bread. You can't
even tell if they laughing or they clapping. Like, come on, that's hard, bro.
It was a tough game.
It's crazy, bro. Damn.
I thought it was cool to see Aaron Rodgers back on the sideline.
It was. I think it did a lot for his confidence. I think it did a lot for Zach Wilson's
Uncle Aaron
confidence.
showed up.
Yeah, big homie showed up like, yo, what y'all been doing these last couple weeks, and the rah-rah, I'm not feeling that. Feel me? Like, let's support. We all got shit that we got to do. Let's support. The kid showed up. Like, you can't get mad at the kid. He showed up. He came to play. You could argue he was one of the best players on the field.
How long does
if not the
Zach
best
Wilson
one.
have to play all right, but we lose? How long does he have to?
As
do
long
that?
as he plays all right, bro, I don't think the Jets are gonna do anything
you got
for real.
the Swifties in the stands going ballistic.
Yo, bro, I can't, bro.
So reiterate that it's okay as long as he's getting better.
They I don't see the Jets making this like monumental quarterback change, even if they can get their hands on a Kirk Cousins. I don't think they're gonna make that play because it's like we're not gonna make a play for a quarterback that is not gonna play next year.
How would they make a play for Kirk Cousins? Like,
they got enough to trade. The Jets, they got all their draft picks. They got all their picks and everything.
And you think Kirk Cousins is in a space where he can be traded?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe not right now, but probably by the trade deadline if Minnesota don't figure it out. He's on the last year of his deal. It's looking like you're gonna pay either Justin Jefferson or you're gonna pay.
So you're
Kirk
saying
Cousins.
it's gonna take something drastic for the Jets to really go all in on liquidating some of their assets for a rental?
Exactly.
That's tough.
Because Aaron Rodgers is gonna come back next year and he's penciled in QB1. So
you're really not.
You're not gonna bring in. You're not gonna bring in Kirk Cousins. You're not gonna spend what it takes to get Kirk Cousins because Kirk Cousins is not gonna be your quarterback for the foreseeable future.
Right.
He's there for a little bit.
And who would you rather have? As
Honestly,
a Jets fan,
look, at the end of the day,
out of all three of these candidates, Zach Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins.
Of course, Aaron Rodgers. Of course, I'd rather Aaron Rodgers than 98% of the quarterbacks that's ever walked this earth.
So if you're a Jets fan, you're saying, yo, as far as these next 15 games, walk it down, just run it.
Yeah, run it. Like, just hope that Zach can keep his foot on the gas. Don't go back. Don't look back. Feel me? Like, you're gonna have obstacles in front of you, but don't look back.
Instead of these 5-yard passes we were seeing, now we saw some 15-yard passes,
he's
some
throwing
20-yard passes,
and he's zipping the ball. He's throwing with confidence. If he doesn't have 1-2, he's going to his check down. Like, he's playing the correct way, and he's still being able to do Zach Wilson shit. Because Zach Wilson, realistically, bro, he's a backyard football kind of guy.
Really?
Like, that's what he likes, to play backyard football. But if he can understand how to play in the pocket for real, he's going to take off. He's going to ascend to something different.
When you say backyard football, what about his game gives you that impression?
Because he could throw on the run. He likes to make plays with his legs, extending plays with his legs. He's athletic as hell. Scrambling and shit, that's not the hardest thing for him to do. It's only hard for him when he has 3 people in his face at the same time. But he likes to do play action and, throwing on the run and moving around. That's what he likes, playing backyard football. You know what I'm saying? But the entire time we're spending trying to make sure he could play in the pocket like the actual really good quarterbacks can do. And it's taking a little bit of his time for real. He got benched twice because of it, but
yeah.
If he can keep showing me the strides, bro, if he can keep, listen, niggas is not outplaying Patrick Mahomes, bro. Even on one of Patrick Mahomes' bad days. You're probably still not going to outplay him.
And the fact that he did that is monumental, you think?
You feel me? Like, and I'm not a moral victory guy either, but at least for that kid,
he needed that.
He needed that. He needed to go home, watch ESPN, and even though his team lost,
see himself playing a little well.
See his stats side to side with Patrick Mahomes. That got to make you feel better about yourself. At least as an individual. You could tell the media all you want that you wanted that W. And yes, we all wanted that W.
With the microscope on the quarterback, what do you have to say about the rest of the players on the team? You got Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall. Breece Hall's in the Madden League with one of my boys.
Really?
Yeah, with Garrett Wilson as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's tough.
And they just went viral because somebody else in that league went into a chat and was talking shit to Breece Hall. Like, yo, maybe if you play better in real life, y'all be better off.
He's finally about to get off that pitch count, so he's going to be all right.
So, yeah, talk to us a little more about that. What's going on with the others that are supposed to, swag out, hold their
You know,
weight.
like I know.
Because it can't be all on Zach.
Nah, that's a fact. And Garrett Wilson has been nails. Like the numbers might not reflect it, but Garrett Wilson is still moving as one of the better
I
threats
thought he
in the
had
league
more than 7 career touchdown receptions for some reason.
because of the way he carried himself. And when you watch him play, you would think that this is a dude that every time he catch the ball, he could just take off. And that's true about him. It just hasn't happened yet. You know, a lot of it is quarterback play.
It'll come.
But it's going to come with due time. Brees Hall's about to finally get off the pitch count. That boy is fiending for 30 carries a game. He know he not going to get that, but he fiending to just be unlocked already. The defense has been stout. I have no problems with how the defense has played this season. Besides the Dallas game, they were shit.
What do you forecast this upcoming week against Denver? Denver's crazy game last week that happened.
Denver, honestly, bro, like Denver this is the Jets season right here. Like, no bullshit. They lose in Denver, their season is probably over because you're just not gonna make up the ground, realistically.
So what are they, 1-3 now?
They're 1-3 right now going into Denver. You go 1-4, and then you come back home to face the Eagles. You're probably going into the bye week 1-6. I mean, like 1-5. That's probably what you're doing. And then it doesn't matter how soft your schedule is at the second half. Are you going to be able to make the ground?
And win 6-7 straight.
You might have to win 6-7 straight, you feel me? And even then, you can win 6-7 straight, and you still on the outside looking in. Feel me?
Yeah.
So
everyone talks about Zach Wilson's play, but there was a key field goal missed late in this first half by the Jets.
Yeah, that one hurts. I mean, the Jets missed that field goal. If you make that field goal, you come out the half with the ball again. You're just in a position where you feel really good about yourself.
Down 5 is different than down 8.
Yeah, the Jets didn't play a perfect game per se, but they left it on the field. Like, they left it on the field. They had some things. They definitely have some shit to clean up. Conklin dropped a big pass. Wilson overthrew Garrett in the end. If he would have just placed the ball where it needed to be, that was a touchdown automatic. The flags. It wasn't a beautiful game.
Yeah.
But you still want to win those. And the Jets, if they want to be considered a really good team, you're gonna have to win those eventually.
So do you see them winning this Sunday?
They have to.
In Denver.
I think that they will because they have to. They have to. You don't want to start your season 1-4, and you're facing the team whose head coach was talking shit about your offensive coordinator. That's now. So what we got on Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
That's now.
It's officially time to cook it up.
Yeah, so this is a must-win game for the Jets. I think they pull it out.
Can they get the win?
Yeah, they got to.
Give us a score. Give us a score for the Follies.
I
for the bettors.
think that the final score is going to be 24-20 Jets.
24-20. Cooking it up. Like a bocce.
Let's get it.
You dig. We'll be back in the second half with more gas.
Bow.
So don't pass that remote, don't pass that phone, don't switch that. You dig. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Welcome to the second half.
Yes, Zerski.
Come on, Mbappe. Yo, listen. You know who's rich right now? The Boston Celtics are among the richest in the land of the NBA.
So you saw that shit, right?
Yeah, bro. And you know, we said we might have preferred him to go to Brooklyn or somewhere else. My prediction didn't go as planned. But the East, that we thought the Knicks were alone at the top, has now retaken shape. And there's some more contenders in there. Some new, some old.
I mean, really though, you know, Boston and Milwaukee, they in a class of their own.
Yeah,
they in a class of their own. They chilling right now.
Media day just happened.
You know,
we got to see some new superstars in their new threads. What do you think? What do you think the East is looking like?
It's gonna
post trade, post the dust settling.
Like honestly, you got your team. You got your two teams at the top, Milwaukee and Boston. And everybody else is gonna fight to see where they stand. You know, you got Miami, Cleveland, New York. Brooklyn might come down. We'll see who's gonna try to take their place. Philly is Philly always.
Low key, bro. Brooklyn, man.
No,
Nah, you're not jacking it?
no. By the time they just had that little piece of the season with Michael Bridges, and Michael Bridges was wilding, but they still fell out the playoffs though. For me, I mean, not they didn't fall out the playoffs. They made it to the playoffs because of how good KD and Kyrie left them, and then they had Michael Bridges just going crazy to end the season, but it caught up to them.
A little
in the
bit
playoffs.
of Cam Thomas,
A little bit of Cam Thomas, but it caught up to them in the playoffs, and now we have film. We got some film. It's gonna, the Nets will be a great team to watch, fun team to watch if Ben Simmons actually can turn back the clock. If he can get back to how he was before.
Yeah, I think he's the X factor this year.
Yeah, it's good for Brooklyn. If they can get a Ben Simmons with the right state of mind and playing how he was on Philadelphia, then yeah, you might have a little something for real.
Now, the reason why I mentioned the Celtics at the top of the second half, they have landed Drew Holiday.
See how that should go, right?
It's new holidays in Boston.
Maybe now we could put to bed the entire Miami had a better package thing. No, you didn't. You obviously just saw what Cronin did. He brought back the player who was going to bring him more. And he flipped a player that was going to bring him a bunch of assets. How do you walk out with Robert Williams?
Fleeced them. Finessed them.
Celtics made a win now move, but Joe Cronin know how to do business, bro. Like
the Celtics made a move that requires another move, if that makes sense.
Because now you're relying on
they
your
gotta
bigs
show up
to
that
stay
back
healthy.
court or front court, whichever one it is.
You know what I'm saying?
The big man.
Now your bigs gotta stay healthy.
Yeah.
You're committed to Jason Tatum at the 4. Excuse me. Jason Tatum at the 4, and you're relying on your bigs to stay healthy and defend. Your two big men are Kristaps Porzingis and Al Horford. How is that going to go? Al Horford's pushing 40. How's that going to go for him?
In terms of usage and in terms of mostly every major ranking, Al Horford, albeit my Dominican brother is close to last in the league amongst centers starting power forwards.
I'm saying they got him. He's the Embiid stopper. I know the vibes, but you got to stay healthy. Same thing with Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis is not one to always stay healthy. I think that's more to ask of him. It's a lot to ask. But now Boston is dedicated to shooting threes and getting layups. That's it. They have Porzingis going to man the 5. They could run 5 out, and they could try to beat you off the dribble to get a layup. And if you try to help them, they'll shoot the 3. That's what they're going to do now. That's what they're devoted to. True analytical team now. Layups, threes, free throws. So, and we'll see where it goes. They got to stay healthy. We'll see where it goes.
Are they number 2 in the East? After giving up Robert Williams.
I think,
and losing Malcolm Brogdon in the same offseason, I think.
Yeah, because they traded Robert Williams and Malcolm Brogdon
in that one trade, right?
In that one trade.
Oh my goodness.
You feel me?
Now here's the kicker: you give up Marcus Smart, but it's like how do you give up the second best player defensively out of position? You get the first best player.
Yeah, they're not gonna miss Marcus Smart now.
Right.
They're not gonna miss Marcus Smart because Marcus Smart right now, as good as he is, Drew Holiday's better than him as a point guard, as a defender, the whole 9.
As an offensive player as well.
So they're gonna be fine without Marcus Smart. The real question is just about staying healthy. I think Boston ends up the first seed in the Eastern Conference because realistically, their style of offense is gonna score so much points. You literally are gonna play 5 out now.
Will they be able to guard?
In the playoffs, we'll find out. In the playoffs. In the regular season, they're just going to outscore people. For real. And if they have any semblance of confidence on defense, if Porzingis can just become a rim protector for real, they're going to win a bunch of games. They're just going to outscore you, and they're going to play enough defense every day.
So with the East taking on a whole new look, how does that favor for the New York Knickerbockers?
It's going to be tough, bro. You're going to try to be fighting for that 4th seed again, like you were last year, trying to see if you could host a playoff round. They're bringing back continuity. I think that's going to be a really, really big advantage for the Knicks is their level of continuity. Their togetherness, I think that's going to win them a lot of games. Just the simple fact that they look at each other like we know what we about to do.
And what we're capable of.
I think they're gonna win a lot of games just because of that alone, for real. But they're gonna be fighting for that 4th, 5th spot like they were last year, because realistically, I think the East has 2 top spots already sealed, and you got a couple of good teams like Miami still, New York themselves, Cleveland, Philly. It's gonna be some
If Toronto and Brooklyn fall out of the playoff race, who's taking their spots? Indiana.
I mean, Indiana's gonna be a favorite because people like their starting 5. Let's not sleep on the Orlando Magic. Some level of continuity, scrappy. Paolo
Shout out
Banchero.
Fredo.
Paolo Banchero is the real deal. Franz Wagner is the real deal.
Can Cole Anthony and Cole make it happen?
Cole Anthony takes a leap. Markelle Fultz takes a leap. Maybe sleeper team, playing team.
They still got Mo Bamba, or they let him go?
They let him go.
So who they got?
They don't
Not
need
that
him.
big. Patrick Williams.
Wendell Carter Jr.
Oh, Wendell Carter Jr. The other
Patrick
bull,
Williams is on Chicago.
the other young bull that was there that they actually traded.
Yeah. They also bring the new kid that they drafted, Anthony Black.
Right.
I think he's like 6'6", 6'7"
Let's see
point
what
guard.
Jalen Suggs does. Jalen Suggs is there as well now.
Suggs is there. Continuity, scrappy, maybe playing team. Charlotte. I can never take Charlotte serious, but they got some talented players.
Charlotte needs to take themselves serious first. I don't know what's going on over there.
So it's possible. I mean, I'm never gonna count Toronto out. I'm gonna be honest. I'm never gonna count Toronto out because Toronto still got some good players.
Interesting.
So they got Gary Trent Jr., Pascal Siakam.
Very interesting.
Scotty Barnes. Even though
You mentioned that Knicks continuity. Who are 3 players to watch for this season?
Right now,
think will benefit from that.
So right now, I think that the person that I'm paying attention to the most is going to be Emmanuel Quickly. Still doesn't have his contract extension. He was second in the running for Sixth Man of the Year last year, so he had a really good season. But there's still room for him to improve.
Didn't see him much during late games.
Yeah,
that might change this year.
He had a very underwhelming playoffs, and I think that's one of the reasons why the Knicks haven't extended him yet. It's because where have you been in the big games? For one, I've on Twitter said it multiple times. I think the kid doesn't show up in big games. He's elite in every other game he plays, but the biggest games that New York plays, he doesn't
What's
show up.
interesting is that you could tell it's all mental because
it is
when he gets put in opportunities where, for example, Jalen Brunson's out and he has to take most of the reins offensively for the team and playmake, he thrives.
Yeah,
he could do it. He looks like a guard that can be starting on any other one of the 29 NBA franchises.
The double overtime game in Boston,
clearly
38 on the road,
clearly.
And he
in
was
clutch
dancing,
time, big shots,
and he was dancing around, prancing around like he was having real fun.
Yeah.
But then you have a game like that, boost up your confidence. You think, but then in the playoffs, we didn't hear much from you.
And it's funny because Boston made it to the conference finals.
Yeah,
you kind of like shriveled under pressure against Miami, Cleveland.
Feel me? You know what I'm saying? So that's really what it is. So he's the top guy for me. I think number 2 is gonna be DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo, because he's the new kid on the block, obviously, but every Knicks fan is gonna watch him simply for the fact he's the guy replacing Obi Toppin. A lot of Knicks fans didn't like that Obi Toppin was traded, and essentially they traded away to Obi Toppin to bring in Dante DiVincenzo.
We also have another reliable shooter on the wing aside from Quentin Grimes, because after a while that got pretty predictable. RJ Barrett shoots when he wants to.
The Knicks did need another shooter, and I think that's the reason why they traded away Obi Toppin and brought in DiVincenzo, because DiVincenzo can shoot it consistently and he can shoot it from far.
Do you think they have the depth in the front court to be able to afford that move?
I think so. They're gonna move Josh Hart to be the power forward, like backup power forward. He's gonna soak up some of the power forward minutes. And then RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett is going to be another guy who's probably going to log in some minutes at the 4.
To play some minutes.
He's going to have to end up playing some minutes at the 4. I think the Knicks are dedicated to wanting to shoot a little bit more. I mean, so you're gonna have to have some guys that are capable. R.J. Barrett is capable. Maybe Josh Hart. Josh Hart never been the strongest shooter on planet Earth, but
So you said Josh Hart is the first person. Who are the other two?
I mean,
Not Josh Hart, DiVincenzo.
DiVincenzo, and then DiVincenzo's quickly is number 1.
Yeah.
DiVincenzo's 2, and number 3 Mitchell Robinson. I need to see
Depoy.
I want to see if he could take the Knicks from a really good defense. Like, can he be a guy that's manning a really good defense and turn into the guy that's manning an elite caliber defense?
And we all know he can do it.
Super elite. Because he changes the entire complexion on how the Knicks play defense. Him alone. Can he take it to the next level and throw himself
consistently stay healthy
and throw himself into Defensive Player of the Year
conversations? Yeah,
I think he's one of the most important players on this team. I think he's the most important player not named Jalen Brunson or Julius Randle. He is literally the Knicks defense. If he's not in the middle, that defense does not play the same.
Yeah.
So I want to see.
And he also can afford them a lot of easy buckets offensively.
Well, he's the best offensive rebounder in the game. The best one. Because he battles and challenges whoever, and he can come out with the basketball. So he's amazing. I want to see if he could take his game to another level. And by another level, I don't mean scoring or anything like that, but just literally being
the intangibles.
Yes, the intangibles, and raising your game to Defensive Player of the Year.
I know you said it's not points, but I'm looking for maybe instead of a 55, maybe a 65, 70% from the free throw line kind of year.
Listen, if he could give me 50% at the free throw line, I'm gonna take it.
With, of course, 2 blocks.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe 15 rebounds.
Jump into the 11 rebound per game conversation. You're usually at 8, 9. Can you get to 10, 11? You're usually hovering around a block and a half. Can we raise that to 2.2?
Mm-hmm.
2.3, maybe 2.5.
Can you stay out of foul trouble? Can you stay in shape?
He did a great job of that last year when he was playing. Can we stay on the floor for 30 minutes and, really change complexions of the game?
Yeah.
For New York, I think it's possible for him. He's a really good player.
Well, while the Knicks have what seems to be a clear direction of what they got to do this season, unfortunately, the other team in New York, donning orange and gold, does not have that same clarity. The Mets woke up one day needing a new manager and a new GM. They're front runners to get some of the hottest stars in the league available in a long time, generational talents. But will they be the Mets and just fuck it up at the end of the day?
They made some headlines with David Stearns coming in. That's the definition of flirting with somebody for 3 years and finally getting the girl that you wanted.
Who was the person that wanted? Who was the chaser?
Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen, from the day he took the job, he wanted David Stearns. From the day he became owner of the Mets, he wanted David Stearns.
And David Stearns was working where?
He was working with Milwaukee. And he would interview for the Met job. He would try to interview for the Met job, and Milwaukee wouldn't let him. So this whole time, Steve is just I'm gonna just wait for a president of the baseball operations. I'm not gonna hire the wrong guy. And all along is because, not all along, because everybody knew.
But he was holding his spot.
He was holding his spot. And the minute that
he was available,
he locked in with the Mets. He locked in with the Mets before he could even, actually lock in with them. It was already.
What does that say for a franchise right now who, like I said, just lost their head coach, the manager, so to speak?
Listen, you bring in somebody in that knows what he's doing.
Your GM just unplugged himself from the organization
because David Stearns is coming in and he doesn't want to be well, I don't know if he didn't want to be a number 2, but he wasn't going to be number one anymore. That's going to be for David Stearns. I personally thought that Epler was going to stay his number 2 because they know each other. But, resignation is probably a little cute, a cuter way of saying he got fired.
That's what it sounds.
That's what it sounds like. It was just a cuter way of saying that he got fired.
Now it's
let him leave on his own terms.
Excuse me, but facts. He definitely left on what's called his own merit. which is cool.
You know, his own merit. But yeah.
But Stearns is brought in to be someone who's supposed to be not as, or a little more reluctant to spend, to write a check, if you will. He's known as being like frugal with the Brewers, winning with some of the smaller budgets in baseball.
Yeah, and that's why Cohen fell in love, because it's like, I need a dude who's gonna come in and know where to shop.
Now
I need to know where to shop.
Cohen has already showed his blank check vibes, but with Steve coming in, the other Steve. I ain't gonna lie, these guys, these new free agents ain't cheap.
But you're not gonna go after all of them. That's what
Right.
That's what he said. That's what he said in his. That's what Stearns said in his introductory.
In his presser.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna be able to build a team through free agencies. It's just not realistic. Well, sustainable success through free agencies, unrealistic. You're gonna have years where you're gonna shop at the top of the food chain, and there's gonna be years where you're not. You know, this upcoming offseason is a year that they're probably gonna shop where the big fishes are at. You know what I'm saying? Whether if it's a big trade for Juan Soto, whether if it's trying to get Yamamoto, or even trying to see if you can actually get Ohtani.
Out of the three, which one would you rather the Mets land if they would land only one?
My heart tells me Juan Soto. Smart logic tells me Ohtani, of course, because it's 2-1. And then my realistic expectation is Yamamoto.
So all three have a place in
my heart. Although I think that the one that's least likeliest is Ohtani, in my opinion. Least likely. I think the Mets offer him the most money, but realistic, I don't think he ends up.
What if he's donning pinstripes at the start of next season?
That would be crazy. I'll clap it up for Hal Steinbrenner one time if he actually pulled it off. I don't think he will. I don't think he's gonna shop there. But
you don't think they have the budget?
The Yankees are the cheapest expensive team you'll ever see. They don't like to spend. They'll spend because they have the budget. Like, so their payroll's always gonna be at the top, but they're not gonna OD. Like, you saw how the Mets just OD'd. When has the Yankees done that? The Yankees never OD'd in this new era with Hal.
Right.
They did it with George.
Yeah.
George, bro, we bringing in the best team possible. Now with Hal, it's like, all right, we're gonna sign the free agents that we need to sign. Like, if we don't sign this person, fans are gonna riot on 161.
Yeah,
feel me? Like, so that's what they do.
Yeah,
I mean, but we'll never say never. You never know. But
so who do you see Ohtani ending up with next season?
I think he ends up. I think he ends up 60% Dodgers, 40% goes back to the Angels.
Goes back would be nasty. Why would you go back?
You never know.
That's so
depressing. We're gonna see. We're really gonna see what winning means to him this offseason, bro.
Wow, that says a lot.
We're gonna see it because he can definitely go back to Los Angeles because he's chilling there. Feel me? Like, he doesn't hate Los Angeles. He doesn't hate Anaheim. It's just they don't win.
He just wishes they would win.
He just wishes.
He's like, yo, I love the weather. I love the vibes.
Everything. It's the perfect spot for him, but.
New York is a little like, it's cold when we start the season.
It's cold
when we end the season.
You know, niggas not gonna leave you alone. Feel me? Like, Ohtani come to New York, bro. It's Michael Jackson vibes.
Yeah,
it's Mike Jack vibes. Like, we did just see Mike Jack. Like, you feel me?
Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you feel me? Like,
crazy.
It's like if he come to New York, it's giving Michael Jackson vibes.
So you think Soto is your fan favorite pick?
Because that's my favorite player. And I honestly do think it's very realistic, scary realistic that the Mets can do it. Because the Mets have the prospects. They have enough prospects, bro, to trade for Juan Soto and still feel good about their farm system. That's the only reason why I think it's possible.
And if you could do that, no more Jeff McNeil playing whatever random
Jeff McNeil's
position.
Going to stay. I think the only way Jeff gets pushed out is just if they acquire too much talent.
Not pushed out, but I'm saying right now he's been playing more of a... Well, this past season, he was playing whatever position you needed him. Utility
exactly.
vibes.
So you could just move him out. You could put him in the outfield if you want. You could keep him at second base if it makes the most sense. You know, he's flexible, bro.
Do you like a Mets lineup with Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor, and Juan Soto?
Yes. Scary vibes. Bro, listen, like...
But then who's pitching? You still have Ottavino in the bullpen. I'm not impressed.
Bro, you know what? Listen, I was talking to Raul. Shout out Raul. Love you, boy. I was talking to him the other day, and I told him I realistically believe that the Mets are gonna shop expensive and let the kids round out the rest of the team. So I think I told Raul, and I'll say it on camera too. I'm standing on business. I think the Mets are gonna get Yamamoto. I think they're gonna sign him. I think they're gonna make him the best offer. I think Yamamoto's gonna be comfortable because Senga's there, and he saw the success that Senga had there, and he's gonna say, "I'm gonna go there too." I think the Mets are gonna re-sign Pete Alonso, even though Scott Boras is his new agent. We ain't worried about that. Steve Cohen is a businessman. He know the vibes. I think we do re-sign Pete Alonso to stay our cleanup hitter. And I do think the Mets pull that trade. I do think the Mets go in and they tell San Diego, we're going to trade
So they
for
could
this guy.
possibly end up with 2 of these 3 players that you mentioned.
Yeah. Like they're gonna go in
If
and
they
I
do
think they're
that,
gonna make a real good offer.
If they do that, I don't feel a way about missing out on the Ohtani sweepstakes. If we pull up and pull up in this next season with Juan Soto, Yamamoto, Senga, and the rest of the crew back in action,
and all you're gonna do is now you throw Soto into Lindor, Pete, McNeil, Nimmo. He's a part now. Soto's a part of the core, and you round them out with
it's like
all
1 through 6.
tough.
And you didn't even talk about their catcher who just hit 30 bombs his rookie season.
Yeah, and the kid has 30 home run power for real. Like I think he ended the year this year with 24, and 30 is in his
I ain't
cards.
gonna lie, I think it was like 26, 27, but I'll give it to him.
Nah, 26 was the record, and he didn't break it.
Oh, that's what he was shooting for.
Yeah, he was shooting for 26 because that's the most by a rookie catcher. Johnny Bench.
Johnny Bench. That's trivia for you.
So
that's tough.
But that's a kid that has 30 home run power. Feel me? And we haven't even we just got to him. Like you got Lindor, you have Alonso, you have Nimmo, you have McNeil, and then you throw Juan Soto into the equation, who's a better hitter than all of them. All of them. Soto is. Talk
about complexity. Does he change the complexity of that lineup?
Complexity. Does he change the complexity
of that lineup?
He takes the Mets from a cool, nice offense to a scary one. Maybe not brave, scary.
But I was gonna say one would argue the Padres this year had a scarier lineup with them.
But the difference between the Mets and the Padres to me they're more dangerous, but the Mets are more pesky. Like you don't want to make mistakes against the Padres because they'll make you pay for it. Machado, Tatis, they'll make you pay for it. But the Mets, bro, they're annoying. Infield hit, double down the line. I'm gonna try to steal a bag. Feel me? Like they not a small ball team. Hit and run. They're not a small ball team by any stretch of the imagination. But they're fucking annoying. They take pitches.
They work walks.
And Nimmo is a great walk. Like he could get walks. He's a great base on ball guy. You throw Juan Soto into the equation. Juan Soto is the best based on ball guy.
Really?
He has 130 walks, I think. The next closest is 100.
Wow.
Bats 280, 38 home runs, 100 RBIs to boot.
In an off year, so to speak.
He had a bad month. First month of the year. Look how it turned it around.
Wow.
He had a bad go around last year in San Diego. He struggled in San Diego too. Last year, and then he struggled to start the season. And look at the statistics he was able to put up to end the year.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
He's insane. And by all means, I think the Mets are going to be aggressive because he hits the best at Citi Field. His favorite.
They won't have to move that porch in, the right field wall in a little bit.
Move it in again, have him hit 40 every year.
If the Mets escape this offseason with that kind of caliber of a lineup and pitching rotation, there's renewed hope in Queens.
Wild card would probably be easy again. You feel me? But we'll see. I think it's possible, though. I think they could really do that.
Hey, man, the Knicks are gearing up for their season. Stick with us. We're going to be back for episode number 13.
Know the vibes, y'all.
There might
Appreciate
be a couple
y'all.
giveaways. Episode lucky number 13. To keep it locked.
I ain't know nothing about this. Can't wait.